write a research paper, we need to provide a list of references at the end of that research paper. And so let's say that we're writing a research paper on school uniforms, and we've been told to use the APA format, which is one of the most common bibliographical formats. Our references list will start on a separate page at the end of the document. So we'll have the word references. We don't need any punctuation after it, just the word references. It's got to be centered in the middle of the page. So we use the centering function to center it. Also, when in doubt, you should use Times New Roman 12-point font. That's the font that's most typically used. And let's say that we're going to create a reference for a web page that we found. There are a lot of variations on how to do different bibliographical references, but most of them commonly start out this way. We put the last name first, then a comma, then you put the first initial of the person's name last, followed by a period. Then the date of publication for the article goes in parentheses. That is followed by a period. Then we put the title of the article, the title of the publication, and in the case of a web page, that needs to be in italic font. Then we'll have the words retrieved from, and then we'll put in the URL for the site. So let's see how this would work. Here is a web page that deals with the issue of school uniforms. The author's name is Mike Emery, and it was published on April 5th, 2010. So let's create the reference for the name is Mike Emery. That's the author's name, E-M-E-R-Y. His first initial is M. Then the date of publication. So the article was published on April 5th, 2010. So left parenthesis mark. In APA, you have to put the year first, then the month, then the day. Right parenthesis mark, period, space. Now the title of the publication, we'll just copy that, Control C, and we want to remove the formatting, so we'll paste without the formatting. Then put a period after that. For a web page, just a typical web page, the title of the article will go in italics. Ordinarily, though, you would not have italics for just the title of an article. All right, now the second line of an APA reference has to be indented 1/2 inch. So we're going to place the cursor the left of the line. I'm going to hit the Enter key, and then I will hit the Tab key. Now after the period, we'll have the words retrieved from, and then we will copy and paste the URL from the web page. And once again, I'm going to tab that in. So now we have the reference. Last name first, comma, first initial last, period. One space, left parenthesis mark, 2010, comma, April 5th, right parenthesis mark, period, one space. Then the title of the article, and that needs to be followed by a period, one space, the words retrieved from, and then the URL. So this is the basic way to create an APA bibliographical reference. Remember, this is just a sample of a typical web page. So if you need to create a reference for a journal article or a newspaper article or a book, then there will be some variations. For that, I would recommend that you look at the APA website. There are a number of resources there. Also, Purdue OWL APA is a good source for APA style. But this is just a basic bibliographical reference. Typically, your APA references will start out this last name first, comma, first initial last, period. Then the date of publication, it's got to be in parenthesis marks followed by a period. Then the title of the publication. Generally speaking, that's the way that almost all APA references start.